First item on our agenda is a presentation from the Save Our Armory Committee concerning a potential adaptive reuse of the Armory on East Main Street. We are joined by Peter Parenti, John DeLois, Ron Tocci, and John Burney. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Well, first of all, we want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, council members, and manager for allowing us the opportunity to present before you. And we hope to be able to show you that we truly are concerned about the best interests of the city, and hope to be able to convince you that this is a viable option to a lot of the plans that have been presented over the last few years. So with that, I'd like to begin. I would hope that everyone could envision a Norman Rockwell Art Center, a basketball game, a community group meeting place, and veterans using the facility that was built for their use. Since acquiring this historical building, it has lain in disuse and remains a lonely structure waiting for exciting uses. Structurally sound, but in need of some renovation, we have a relatively low-cost solution to return this wonderful building back to viability and put smiles on the faces of New Rochelle residents and visitors. This is located on the cusp of Echo Bay on the waterfront. It's bigger than the New Rochelle Library. It is also larger than the Remington and Feeney Park Boys Club. It's a structure that can accommodate a huge number of local events and we believe be self-sustaining financially. This plan to use the Armory answers all the sustainability, health, and community issues of New Rochelle. It's an imaginative use of this building waiting to come back to life. It also fits into New Rochelle's Green New Rochelle concept by bringing this piece of history into a defining structure that totally represents the Queen City of the Sound. This plan that we're presenting tonight not only is consistent with the deed that conveyed it to the City of New Rochelle, but also with the vision and the hope of our residents to restore pride in New Rochelle's rich military heritage. So with that, I'd like to go to the slides. The adaptive reuse of the Armory, we believe, would provide substantial benefits to New Rochelle. The Armory presents a unique opportunity. Its historic value can be leveraged for community benefit. Proposed uses for the Armory meet almost all community needs. The Armory offers ample space to meet the community needs, and its location is conducive to community use. A repurposed Armory synergistically reinforces Echo Bay's neighborhood, consistent with green principles. The adaptive reuse of the Armory is an obtainable goal. The building is structurally sound. Clear models exist in other Armory reuse projects around the country. The Armory space lends itself to sustainable revenue streams. Its historic value can be leveraged for community benefit. Preserving historic and unique structures catalyzes neighborhood revitalization by fostering a strong sense of place. Built in 1931, the Armory is truly a historic structure. As a naval armory, the New Rochelle Armory is a unique structure. It provides a tangible connection to local and world history. Preserving this building recognizes the sacrifices of our servicemen and our servicewomen. The proposed uses for the Armory meet community needs. We are looking at a home court for Monroe College, the Mustangs, their basketball and volleyball teams, Waterview Restaurant and Theater, an exhibition space, flexible event space, a Norman Rockwell America themed space, veteran-sponsored community programs, and free community access to the waterfront. It also offers ample space to meet our community needs. It actually offers 56,000 square total space. It has 23,475 potential rentable space. The drill deck itself provides for 14,025 square feet. An NCAA regulation court would require 4,700 square feet. That's approximately 94 by 50 feet. It's more than adequate. The Armory is divided into a drill deck and administrative offices. Spaces housing similar uses are comparatively sized. We looked at the Iona Hines Center with 44,000 square feet, and the County Center's main hall is 26,000 square feet. Its location is conducive to community use. Direct frontage on Main Street, easy access to downtown and public transportation, very close proximity to Monroe College, and it certainly would activate New Rochelle's waterfront. A repurposed Armory synergistically reinforces the development at Echo Bay. A renovated building is consistent with the proposed Echo Bay development. Each neighborhood should reserve at least one prominent historic site for a civic building, typically at a neighborhood center. And this is traditional neighborhood development checklists. A mixture of civic and other uses mutually reinforce each other. We can integrate seamlessly with surrounding neighborhoods. It would also act as a catalyst for future development. Certainly, our plan is consistent with green principles. And as we all know, the greenest building is the one that is already built. A prime platform for appropriate use of green technology, we can stimulate the demand for underutilized built space, encourage access to recreational opportunities embedded in a public transportation network, and encourage public interaction with the waterfront. The adaptive reuse of the Armory would provide a substantial benefit to New Rochelle. The Armory itself presents us a unique opportunity. Its historic value can be leveraged for community benefit. Proposed uses for the Armory meet the community needs. It offers ample space to meet community needs, and its location is conducive to community use. A repurposed Armory synergistically reinforces that Echo Bay neighborhood, and it certainly is consistent with green principles. Before I turn over the next part of our presentation to Peter Parenti, co-chair of our Save Our Armory Committee, I'd like to make it clear that we're here tonight representing Save Our Armory Committee, New Rochelle American Legion Post 8, as well as Monroe College. And they unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, but we were with them last night, and they understand very clearly that tonight we're representing their point of view. So the second part of this, I'd like Pete to take over and talk about some of the building uses.
Yeah, we'd like to talk about some of the adaptive reuses of the Armory. We feel is a very obtainable goal. We will follow up